Just lost 300k worth of funding, and man, this one hurt. So this video is going to be painful, very accountable video, and there is actually something I've learned. So I've already self-reflected. I ended up losing 300k worth of funding, live funding, in the past week, and 200k of this was an Ftmo account that I had been trading for 4 months. That's right, 4 months. And I felt like all of my time was wasted. Not only all of my time was wasted, I felt incredibly frustrated. I felt disappointed. I felt like I lost my momentum. I lost money in the markets as well, I also felt like, and I just felt like I was doing everything wrong. But after this and this self-moping, the moaning, and just feeling depressed and sorry for myself, I ended up doing a whole huge amount of pages, which is writing down my thoughts and journaling, really talking to myself about what happened, about the situation, how could I avoid it, was there something wrong with my edge, and overall, what could I have done differently. So in today's video, I've actually got a really exciting one because I did learn something from it, and it has keeping me very motivated to become better and to share not only the lessons I've learned from this 300k that I've lost, but also moving forward what I am going to do. Now, just a recap, is currently around day 9 or whatever it may be of trying to get to $2 million worth of funding again. The CFD prop firm markets have definitely stabilized, and because it's now stabilized, it's given me a lot more confidence to find some more prop firms to trade with, and also to increase my funding, and also to leverage the opportunity within prop firms to be able to make more money in the markets. So let's go through the lessons first, and then we'll update you guys on my $2 million journey so far. So the first thing is I lost this account just due to bad market conditions. I reviewed this over and over again. Maybe there was a few mistakes, and you know what, mistakes happen, and I aligned these mistakes in the area of my trading, because no one operates at 100%. And if you do, good for you, and you can make all the arguments you want in the descriptions below or the comments below. But for me, really and truly, it's not possible. Like, for example, how can I train 100% every single day at the gym? There's something called overtraining. Not only that as well, I cannot optimize at that. We're human. We're made to make mistakes. We're not robotic. And that's why trading is actually so fun, because there's uncertainty in the markets, but there's also certainty in the edge. And that's what we look for in life. But that's a whole nother discussion, and a big thing that Tony Robbins talks about of the pillars of life, that what we look for: fulfillment, significance, certainty, uncertainty, and a lot of different things that accumulate to the emotions of life. Now, going through and looking at the account again from a psychological point of view, I didn't actually do anything wrong. But what had happened was, and this is the number one thing I found with prop firms, is that it was actually against me the whole time I've been trading. And what do I mean by that? Well, I actually recently already withdrew around $22,000 from this account. So if you think about it, I was net positive up. But the problem was the edge and percentage was going against me in the long run. And what do I mean by that? So I had a profit and a win streak, which accumulated to my payouts. Then I reset the balance all the way back down to 200k, right? So if you can just, whatever you want to make, to 200k. Then I went on a huge losing streak. Then I went on a winning streak, but here's the difference. On that winning streak, I was on lower risk. So therefore, the profits that were made were actually a lot less significant. So therefore, I wasn't able to crawl back what I lost if it was exactly the same amount of risk the whole way. So what do I mean by that? Let's say I risk $1,000 for $2,000. That is the trade, 1 to 2, okay? $1,000 for $2,000. If I lose 2 trades in a row, that is $2,000 gone. But if I win 2 trades in a row, that will be $2,000 plus $2,000 means $4,000 total, meaning that I would make a profit of $2,000. Does that make sense? So that's scenario number 1. Now here's the problem. If you reduce the risk, for example, you lose 2 trades minus $2,000. Now you have to reduce the risk at 0.5 for, say, $500 for $1,000, and I've won 2 trades in a row. I am now break even. So here, when I deciphered this and went through all the details, you can quickly see this is where I was going wrong. Because of the dynamic risk approach that you have, this therefore affects the edge in the long-term run. Now, of course, dynamic risk works to some degree when you're keeping that risk the same all the way through, but as soon as you increase it, it ruins it. And that's exactly what happened, because I had the opposite. So not only did I get back to break even, then I increased the risk again, I am going straight back down to minus 2,000 again, and I'm just constantly playing this yo-yo because the risk was reduced. Now, what's the solution to that? So there's 2 things that I found out. Is number 1, even though I reduced the risk, I should keep that reduced risk all the way up until I am in profit, and then scale up from there, not scale up when I'm in break even. That's the first thing. The second thing is to start off with lower risk. Because if you have lower risk, you're able just to trade for a longer period of time. And as you may or may not know, a lot of prop firms are putting people on risk anyway. So as you reduce these, I think when you are funded, reducing the risk just helps keep the account on a longer term basis. Because you got to think about it from the long run, and the longer perspective is to understand, hey, look, let's just try and keep this account for as long as possible, trade it, and just aim for a couple of percent every quarter and just compound these payouts over a period of time and try and scale in the CFD markets. Because really and truly, if we look at the future space, a lot of these people who are doing millions of dollars in payouts, they're actually just compounding small amounts over like 50 accounts, which is insane. If you think about it, $1,000, you're literally making 50K in a week, which is insane. But they don't have the same cap. They've got different rules, different like sets of approach in terms of, you know, the markets and consistency, etc. So it doesn't fully apply to the same as CFD. Now, these lessons really help me understand what I am doing right and what I'm doing wrong in trading. That's why journaling is so key. So right now I'm going to buy another $1 million worth of challenges in the next couple of days. I'm going to make a video on this as well, what companies I'm going for. So of course I'm buying the Ftmo 200K. I'm looking to get funded next. I've already funded 100K. I'm nearly funded with another 100K. Then I've got another 100K coming, so that's 300K there, so 500. And then Hola Prime I've seen has been quite a good prop firm that has been paying out, so I am going to try it there. I've got 250K worth of accounts with them at the moment, 250K worth of challenges. One of them is very close to being funded, so I'm going to share that journey with you guys as well. Alongside with that, they have kindly given me a discount. I actually used it to buy my own challenge and it was 40% off. So if you do want to cop a Hola Prime discount, link in the description below, and it helps support your boy Champ. But also wish me luck because I'm trading Hola Prime and I hope they pay me out. So other than that, I want to use this YouTube video as somewhat of a forum, like what you guys have learned from losing your funded accounts, like, or even your prop firm challenges. What is it you've learned? Let's create a huge comment section down below so I can learn from it. I could even make another video about reading all of these comments, and it'll be very interesting to see where you guys are at, what you guys have learned, and compare that to what I've learned. And did you find what I learned very valuable? It's been a real big reflection. I think that mistakes and failures make you better. We say alhamdulillah everything, and for me, I really understood that this was necessary. Because why? It's made me understand an extra edge that I should have understood from day one. Number two, it's made me more motivated to really push my prop firm trading. Number three, I'm now looking the scope of the whole CFD markets. There are so many prop firms out there that I could potentially trade with and accumulate more funding. And last but not least, I think that this is going to be a start of something very big for myself. So I'm going to be documenting this all throughout you guys, and the whole $2 million journey is on a vlog series and also these talking head videos to share with you everything I've learned. If you want to see a full breakdown off of this, go check out my YouTube channel. I've also got $105,000 fully from Ftmo. I broke down all of my psychology off of every payout, what I thought about those payouts, the accumulations just from Ftmo, which is something completely different. So if you want to check that video out, go and check it out. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are interested in getting a free strategy or even applying to become a funded trader, link in the description again. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Champ out. Peace.